All right.
Uh,
Hello again, Avengers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tears of the
the
Realm.
show where we're just fully unhinged all the time.
Not all the time. Sometimes we're too tired
A
to be
lo-
Are you an Astros fan?
I'm from
Elias?
Houston. I root for the
I didn't
Dodgers
know
as my
there-
second place team because I live in LA. But my heart ultimately
Yeah.
lies with the Astros.
Elias was
I
always
didn't
an
know there
Astros
were
fan.
Astros fans.
Of course
They
there
still
are.
exist.
Sorry, I really shouldn't be talking. The Brewers have been a losing team for like 20 years.
I will give the
so-
chat one
Hi,
guess
Mets
as to
fan
what we
here.
were talking about right before I counted us down.
I already
It's a-
put it in
oh,
the chat.
It was the straightest I've sounded in a while.
I like
Anyway.
the Giants, both San Francisco and San Jose.
So, announcements. The Breath of the Wild TTRPG. That's not actually Breath of the Wild. It's totally Breath of the Wild, the TTRPG. Don't tell Nintendo.
I
Is
wonder which
reaching.
system Jody wants to use for our next campaign.
We'll never know.
Jax and I have already had that conversation, mostly because there is a cooking system built into it, and one of the stretch goals they unlocked.
Why not?
Unlocked a bunch more recipes for the cooking system. So
Of course.
Jax wants me to. I would not be surprised if Jax would be happy if we mid game just switched over to Twilight Sword. But anyway, Twilight Sword is reaching the end of its crowdfunding thingamabob. Where are you? I even have it open up right now. Currently, it is sitting at 546,021 euros because it's one of those damn European games. And they have, as of right now, they have one more stretch goal that hasn't been unlocked, which is a community license. Effectively, very similar to how like the open game license for Dungeons and Dragons allows people to publish D&D compatible stuff or even make their own games using the basic foundation of D&D. Well, that's what they're going to be doing. They're calling it their third-party license, using what they call the CAT system. I don't know why it's called the CAT system. They haven't explained that yet, but it would be a very, very cool thing to have.
Wow, they have it's a D12 system.
Yeah, the whole system itself is amazing. Also,
Finally, they get
they
that
have frog
dice get
people.
teased.
And I like frog people.
Cat system, by the way,
That's
is
a
because
very
it's
rude thing to say about the French, Jody.
I do not like the French.
Expedition 33 is right here, sir. You are playing a video game that was made by the French.
Are you guys?
Hey,
talking
I'm not
about
saying all
Game
French
of the
people are
Year,
bad. I'm
Fire
just saying I'm
Obscure,
not particularly
Expedition
fond of them
33?
as a whole.
Yeah. By the way, Cat is because apparently it's called Created at Twilight. That's the game system. So it's called the Cat system because of that. I'm looking at this backer kit and it does look very cool. Oh no, why did you show this to me, Jody?
It looks absolutely amazing. I am incredibly excited about it. I've already backed. And I got the physical version, so I'm going to get all the cool toys and everything with it. And I could not be happier.
Oh god, I don't have space for most of this.
So
stuff.
anyway, 100% once this thing actually becomes a real thing, it will show up on this channel in some way, shape, or form. It might be a one shot. It might, who knows? Maybe once we hit campaign 3,
It'll
we'll be
one of
doing
the
Twilight
things Jody
Sword.
just shows on his camera. Look what I got, and then
Yeah.
he does. That for,
Oh,
like,
it
the
will
next
be,
4
and then it'll
episodes.
happen in an actual event. So
But yeah, so if you're interested in becoming a part of this legendary thing, the backer kit still has 5 days left, and they have a bunch of different levels that you can back at if money is tight, as it is for most people at this time of the year. So yeah, check that out. In other crowdfunding news, Draw Steel, Crack the Sun, their first like major expansion to Draw Steel, went live like a couple days ago. They didn't get, unfortunately, they didn't get funded quite as quickly as Twilight Sword. Twilight Sword was funded in like 2 minutes. Crack the Sun took a little under a day to get fully funded. The big difference there.
It takes time.
Yeah,
The big
the
difference
sun is
there-
a billion miles away.
Twilight Sword needed 10,000 euros to be fully funded. Crack the Sun needed 1.25 million.
It seems like
And-
that one needed more work, but to begin with, then.
Yeah.
Lex,
So-
how dare you the hyperbole? It's only 93 million miles.
I said what I fucking said. Don't come at me.
But anyway, so yeah, it's going to be a full-on expansion to Draw Steel. It's going to include a new class called the Beast something. It's a ranger. They're adding a ranger to Draw Steel. It's going to have a full campaign, a bunch of new ancestries, and then also 4 kind of limited adventures. So very, very cool. And another thing, that backer kit goes until like January 4th, I think. So you got a little bit of time if you want to back that. Other TTJ RPG news. Well, I guess I could say this because I'm the host. For Daily December, I've decided to do a couple new interesting things on my YouTube channel. One of the things I'm doing on Fridays, I put out a new show called RPG News, the RPG News Battle Map. So if you'd like to learn more RPG news, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch the show. I put lots of work into it, and I'm very proud. Also, the first one was over an hour long and did not work, and so the second one was only about 20 minutes. And I changed things up to make it actually watchable. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
I remember the Daily
speaking
Decembers
of-
that were 17 minutes long an episode. Sorry, what were you saying?
Speaking of RPGs, the Game Awards were this week, and not only did Expedition 33 sweep, which if you haven't played Expedition 33, you really should. It is a gorgeous game. In a year that had some of the most incredible games that we've seen. This was a really, really strong year for gaming. Larian announced that they're working on the new Divinity, and apparently it is even bigger than Baldur's Gate 3. Ha!
should be very, very cool.
And those games were also, I think, based off of like a low-key 5th edition, but like not officially. So that should be interesting. And then we got a reveal of a new Old Republic game.
I mean, technically, the original Sin line was kind of TTRPG inspired, but it really didn't share any mechanics
I
with.
thought it was closer than that, but maybe I haven't read enough on
No,
it.
one of the best things about the original Sin line was the interactions. Like you could cast a water spell and get an entire place like covered in water, and then you could cast a lightning spell and fry everybody there. Like it was.
I guess you could, because you've not done that in Baldur's Gate?
You could, but in other RPGs like that, that didn't exist until Divinity Original Sin. Like it was
Okay,
one of the
fair.
things. And if I remember correctly, I think this system was still a little bit more robust in Original Sin 2 than it was in Baldur's Gate 3, simply because Baldur's Gate 3 they had to use Dungeons and Dragons, and so they couldn't make up their own spells to interact.
No, for sure. It's very good though. So highly that'll be exciting. I'm excited for the Knights of the Old Republic sequel that's made by members of the BioWare team in its own studio, which is fun. Really, I'm mentioning this just please play Expedition 33. Please do. There's a
I
character
think
that sounds like
right-
Jodie, and I will not elaborate further. It's
You're
got
gonna
incredible
have to
music.
if you want a chance for me to play it.
No, Jody hasn't gotten there yet, so we can't spoil it for Jody.
Yeah. I will say, I believe Expedition 33 is on sale right now
It is.
because of its Game Award wins, and they added a new chapter.
They quite literally. I was watching it with all my friends. They won, and then they're like, "Hi, that update that we were planning, you can get it now." And I think we missed it because we were talking, and then I went on Steam and went, "Hey guys, there's an update to Expedition 33. I think they actually shadow dropped that update." And they went, "What?" And we
Yeah.
all stopped talking and got offline and we played it. It's good. But yeah, the game is currently 20% off on Steam. I believe it's also on sale on other platforms. This is not sponsored, but like Expedition 33 is gorgeous. It deserves the
Hashtag
wins.
not an ad.
Hashtag not an ad. It deserved the wins that it got. If you are a fan of like the performances of Ben Starr and Jennifer English and Charlie Cox, all of the like, and Andy Serkis is in the game. Like this, they have top tier talent for a indie studio whose composer they got off of SoundCloud. Like the story is insane and is fully why they have won what they have.
One of the things that kind
play
of
it.
blew my mind when I was watching the Game Awards was when it came to Best Indie Game. Every single one of the indie games was an absolute banger.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane just how spoiled we were as gamers.
It was tough because like I wanted Blueprints. I wish got a little more recognition. I'm happy Hades won Best Action because I knew it wasn't gonna win anything else. Because had it been any other year, all those games would have won Game of the Year. And I wish Ghost of Yotei got more recognition than it did. Expedition 33 fully deserved it though, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? It be what it be. Like trying to pick my actual Game of the Year is hard.
Though watching Erica be in the audience.
Oh my god, with the popcorn bucket.
It started becoming a joke to me because there was a period of time where every single time something happened, it immediately went to Erica.
Look,
Well, she gives
I
really
love
good
that.
face.
Yeah, she does. Erica gives great face. And also is just a gem in general. Like
Yeah.
my biggest issue at the beginning of Ghost of Yotei was that every time they do a close up of Atsu, I'd be like, that's just Erika Ishii because it's Erika's face. And so it's one of those kind of things.
Anyway, so fun fact, seeing as I have to find a way to bring this back to tabletop RPGs. Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 were literally D&D in space. The system that they used...
Wasn't it 3.5?
Yeah, it was a D20 license. Wizards of the Coast actually got the license for Star Wars and created the Star Wars TTRPG, which is technically the second version of it. And so it was literally D&D in space. Like if you play the game, you can get third edition feats like weapon finesse and all this. It was literally third edition, but with lightsabers. Now, this new Knights of the Old Republic, I sincerely doubt they're going to try and use the current Star Wars TTRPG as the baseline for it because they don't use real dice. And it also has been out of print for like 3 years.
There is a Star Wars 5e, but that would need to be licensed technically,
Yeah.
and it's an unofficial thing. Or
And
they could
Star
just
Wars
use the
5e
COD.
is not that great, to be blunt. Like I did
I'm
some
really-
reviews of it back when I did D&D Deep Dive, and it's not bad, but it's super overpowered, power creepy. Yes, Alia?
I have an announcement.
Ooh, what do we have?
I was featured in a magazine.
Yeah.
On a Wicked magazine article? Oh my god!
I got featured talking about Wicked
Heck
and the
yeah!
Wicked Witch of the West.
Why is she green?
Yes.
Well, if you read the article, you can find out. Spoiler alert, it has nothing to do with the book.
No,
However, I was not aware of the without spoiling too much, I was not aware of the disability aspect of the Wicked Witch in the original book. So
Yeah,
that I found fascinating.
yeah, the original way that she was portrayed has been described as a super crip. So
The joys of disability representation.
we
So,
can't just be people,
yep, nope, we have to either be superhuman or we have to overcome our disabilities to show
or
you we're just as
there,
good as you are.
or we're there for pity's sake for the protagonist.
Yes, yes. We are very good at motivating other people to be awesome.
Mhm.
Anyway, another thing, slightly tabletop RPG related. There was an announcement of a brand new game called Warlock Dungeons and Dragons. You will be playing, as far as I can tell, you'll be playing a Hexblade Warlock in an action adventure open world game set in an unnamed D&D adjacent world. And it actually looks pretty cool. The one thing that worries me is it's being made by Invoker, which is a subsidiary of Wizards of the Coast, so it's being made in-house. The last game that Invoker made was Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, which was supposed to be like a spiritual successor to the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance series, and it sucked. It was impressive. You can't buy it anymore. It's been delisted. That's how bad it was.
Is it in a landfill hidden in a desert somewhere?
Not quite. I'm hoping they learned a lot from that though, because I love the Dark Alliance games, and I couldn't even bring myself to buy Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance when it was on sale, just so I would have it before it was gone forever. So yeah, other than that, the game itself looks really cool. There's going to be a gameplay reveal next summer, and it's supposedly coming out in 2027. So that should be cool. Other
I'll do my
TTRPG
one.
news?
I don't have any TTRPG news. I just have one other random theater announcement, but that's about it.
Theater announcement. We
I
talk
can.
so much about baseball and sports things.
I gotta get back into my element here.
I need theater, please.
You guys want me to talk
Um,
about the upcoming Rams game? No? No one?
Anyway,
Okay.
We can talk about
Okay,
how the Packers are doing this year.
I don't know football. I don't know football. I'm sorry. Baseball's the only thing you'll get from me.
I think I just...
49ers.
And maybe the Sharks because I am going to a Sharks game. I
Sharks.
am
What are the Sharks?
hockey, and they're not
Hockey.
good.
Okay.
It's hockey. They're the San Jose Sharks.
Sorry, I
They've
forgot.
never
We
been
love
good.
them anyways, Lex.
We love them anyway.
They sometimes are. Sometimes they're good enough to get into the playoffs.
That hasn't happened in like years.
Yeah, the
Anyway,
Admirals
I
in,
can officially talk
Milwaukee.
about it. I can officially talk about it because the full cast has been announced. But I am in the Bay Area regional premiere of Frozen, the musical, which is Disney's adaptation of the animated film that was just recently released publicly. And I am part of the ensemble, and I cover for Olaf and Oaken, which is very, very fun. So if you happen to be in the Bay Area in like end of April to like Mother's Day, basically, and you've got time, come see the show. It'll be fun. I start in rehearsals in February, and I'm very excited.
Would like to campaign for the show to go through June. Thank you.
I can't because I have another show opening immediately after.
I'm still campaigning for it to go through June.
Well, you
Thank
can ask Melissa Mumboyce. I don't know what to tell you.
Anyway,
Melissa.
so yeah, super cool stuff happening there. I did want to mention, just because I think it's amazing, there's a website called Bundle of Holding. They have a one of their bundles that I want to go. I have to actually look up what the name, because my brain's not letting me remember it. The Magical Kitties Save the Day. It is a TTRPG about being magical kitties, and they currently have a bundle. You can get basically the whole thing for $15.
Do they save the day though?
They do.
Only one
And
way to
anyway,
find
well,
out,
here,
or we can
I will
spoil it.
simply read the description they have. Every magical kitty has a human. Every human has a problem and lives in a hometown with troubles that make the problem worse. Danger lurks around every corner. Witches hide in the forest, waiting for children to stray from the path. Aliens wear masks to look human and take over the earth. Children move to a new school where nobody wants to be their friend. Also, there are hyper-intelligent raccoons. The humans don't even notice the danger. In Magical Kitties Save the Day, you use your magical powers to go on adventures to take care of the troubles, to solve problems, and save the day.
That's cool.
Does that
I
not
would like-
sound wonderful? Also, hyper-intelligent raccoons?
I don't think we've talked about this yet, but city raccoons are evolving to look cuter to humans.
It's amazing!
Wild non-city raccoons are not.
While we're talking about bundles of things, I just looked at Humble. They have a mega bundle going on called Roll Big and
Yes.
Go Home. And for $40, you could get like 50 books, including but not limited to Avatar Legends, the Modern Age Basic Rulebook, Cyberpunk Red, the Dishonored RPG called Cthulhu's Keeper Handbook, a Root, the role-playing game, Cypher Sitham, or Cypher is part of that. G.I. Joe is part of that. Witcher, and like 40 other
Sentai and
ones.
Sensibilities in there. Power
Yeah.
Rangers and Transformers are also in there. It's really great. It's an encore. Like, they had this bundle before. I picked it up the last time. I could not have been happier. It is great, especially if you want to kind of expose yourself to different TTRPGs. This is a fantastic way to do it. Also, Sentai and Sensibility.
Speaking of Jane Austen, I just watched a Jane Austen related film. It's called Jane Austen Ruined My Life. It was great.
Wow.
So yeah, they also have a Pathfinder Second Edition bundle that gets you a crap ton of digital Pathfinder Second Edition stuff, including both the player cores, the GM core, the monster manual. I think it's just called Monster Core, and then a bunch of adventures. So if you enjoy games that are over designed and far more complicated than they need to be, then maybe you should pick up Pathfinder Second Edition. Or if you really want to have fun, some dude kickstarted their own thing that I can't remember what it's called. I think it's DC something. DC 20, I think is what it's called. That is a more complicated version of Pathfinder, if you could figure that one out. Whereas Pathfinder has what they refer to as the 3-action economy, where instead of having like a move, a major action, and a minor action, you have just 3 actions that you use them for everything. Attacking takes an action. Moving takes an action. Well, DC 20 has 4 nondescript actions, because that's not a bad thing.
Does it have a
It's
super
also
bonus action?
really late. Yeah, I don't know. People are claiming it's a scam because it was supposed to come out last summer. And not only are they still in the beta phase, but they're not even in the final beta. The 0.10 version of it is supposed to come out next month.
Just like Grand
and
Theft
so-
Auto 6.
Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't real. Like, I firmly believe Grand
You're
Theft
not
Auto
real.
6
That's what they
is a
said about
fever
Duke
dream.
Nukem Forever, Silk Song, and Metroid Prime 4.
I mean, valid point. By the way, Metroid Prime 4 is out. It is wonderful. I was able to play through the whole thing. It's an absolute blast.
I know the
and-
person who is the current new voice for Samus.
She doesn't speak in the entire thing. Like,
I
she
know,
never
but it's
says a single thing.
vocalizations.
But yeah, it's super cool. And to link things back to Zelda, if you miss the good old days of Navi constantly yelling at you, they have their own Navi. So, I mean,
Just what I needed.
I think of him more as a Fi.
was Fi more annoying than Navi?
Yes.
1000%. No comment.
I need
I'm
to
just
finish Skyward
excited.
Sword.
I haven't decided what my next game is. I just beat Expedition 33. Finishing, I think, potentially today, or like this week, 100%ing Breath of the Wild. Uh, and
Lex, we have a
then
recommendation.
Metroid Prime 4.
Wow, you're
It
amazing.
genuinely is a phenomenal game. Like it's super super fun.
Because I think
Also,
Also
hopefully
share
it'll be
elementals.
both of
quick.
those.
Yeah, that's the other thing, because I did technically promise Mary that next year I would play Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Well, it's not next year yet.
No, it's not, and I won't be playing that probably till February until I start
Also-
rehearsal, so I can take it
Sorry,
with
Mary.
me.
You're gonna have
Is
to wait.
Prime 4 longer than the other Prime games? Because I know, like, Prime 1, you can finish, like, your first run through, you can get it in under 4 hours.
It is
Maybe if you're
superficially
good.
longer. It's probably close to like Corruption in length.
Uh-huh. But it is genuinely a lot of fun. The bike looks super badass. And the armor that Samus gets that matches with the bike is super badass. So, yeah. Anyway.
That would
Any
be
other
interesting Zelda universe content. Green-eyed trombonist.
Yeah.
So I came back and I don't have my earbuds in yet, and I just see Elias doing this. So it felt like he was clapping for my return.
I
It was nice.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
Anyway.
I have one more Metroid-related announcement.
Well, first, Elias, we can have that show if we're going to talk about baseball and football and sports.
As long as it doesn't start to get inappropriate, which it could.
Everything could.
And I mean
That is-
inappropriate for considering everything we've ever said on this show. So that's saying something.
Yeah. No, I do play that game where I'll just hand my phone to friends and be like, it's your dating app now. Have fun.
So anyway,
It wouldn't
Elias,
get inappropriate.
you have a Metroid news?
Yes.
Yes.
Speaking of Metroid
Game related conversation. Yes,
and
please.
beyond, we have announced MHQ-thon Beyond,
Woo!
Ooh.
annual Metroid charity marathon that I participate in / organize the whole thing up. It's happening January 14th in almost just over a month. We're going to have a schedule as soon as we figure out how long Metro Prime 4 takes to do. And yeah.
How do we have speedrun records that have been set yet for it, or
Give it a week.
I think the leaderboards have just recently opened. They keep them closed for a week after release, and then they open them. But people are still trying to figure out how to route this game.
to be fair, like there's an impressive amount of backtracking even for a Metroidvania, which this is not.
Yeah, and here's the thing: like the game flow is unusually linear, and finding sequence breaks have proven difficult. On top of that, there is an aspect to the game that is very like collect X however you want up to a certain point and then beat the game. So they're trying to figure out like optimizations around that. So they're still figuring a lot out. I am getting through hard mode right now to unlock everything in the gallery. Once that's done, I'm focusing on joining the routing conversation to figure out just how long I can expect it to take for a regular fast runner, not a speed runner.
So what was your first time? Do you remember?
Considering I slowly crawled through every door with my scan visor on and immediately scanned everything in the room, it was like 18 hours to 100% everything.
I did the exact same thing, and I still somehow missed 8% of the scans. So I am not looking forward to playing it because I have no clue what I missed. I scanned, like, the thing that really annoys me about scanning in Prime 4 is, like, half the things in the game, you can scan them, which activates them, but then you have to scan them again because now they're a different scan. It's the exact same object, but you have to scan it 2 or sometimes 3 times.
It's fun. It's a fun video game.
It is genuinely fun.
It is fun. It's just not perfect. I feel like there was something I was going to say, but I forgot. So
Anyway, so yeah, lots of cool stuff good going on right now. Also, if you're looking for the perfect Christmas gift for that person that you're just not sure what to get them, have you thought about getting The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder, Book 1 of the Hemlock Saga, written by USA Today bestselling author Kiri Callaghan? It's
He
available at
definitely
all
didn't
major
place that
retailers.
in his camera specifically to do this.
Oh, 100%. Like, I have this in every one of my videos. I started off with my little pitch for The Hearth Witch's Guide for Magic and Murder, which I have been doing since it came out. I will eventually retire the book after Christmas is over. But yeah, I'm a big cheerleader for Kiri. You can be fair and solve crime. So
If I wrote a Metroid-inspired book,
go for it. We would buy it.
Well, start as a fan fiction, and then you need to control F and change everyone's name so it's not a fan fiction anymore.
if it needs to start as
Um,
a fan fiction, I'm already on my
Well,
way.
that's what 50 Shades of Grey was. There's quite a few published books out there that were fan fictions first, and then it's when the authors take down the stories so that they're not available online anymore that you're like, oh, they're getting this ready to be an actual book.
Just like Wicked, except they didn't change the names.
Well, I don't think he also posted that as fan fiction. It is fan fiction.
No, he just straight
But I
published
don't-
it as fan fiction.
Yeah. He just went, you know what? Here we go. Let's go. But that's
Also-
okay because I mean, L. Frank Baum's book was out of copyright by then. The Green with 1939 is interesting.
It's
Also,
a different shade of
Just
green.
an FYI. If you have kids that are like really into the Wicked musical and they think it's the
Don't
most
give
amazing
them the
thing,
book.
do not have them read the book.
Don't.
For the love of all that is holy, do not give children that
you-
book.
It's not a
It is not a
children's
children's book.
Oh,
No.
You
Not
wanna
at
ta-
all.
You want to talk about things that aren't appropriate for this channel? That book, the contents of it are not
It's-
appropriate.
anything on
it's-
fanfic.net or AO3 or whatever is not appropriate for this.
There are G and PG and PG-13 rated things there that absolutely
Yeah,
would be appropriate.
both of 'em.
That book is not appropriate.
Nope.
No, there's a lot of like little slice of life stories that people post that are like G rated things. And they're like, I just want a cute little moment between these characters.
Anyway.
But yeah, don't give that book to children.
Yeah, it's not a children's book. I don't care if you really love Judy Garland or Cynthia. I can never pronounce her last name right. It's Envirio, something like that.
Arrivo.
Arrivo.
Revo, there we go. I don't know why I put an extra N in there.
Abrazine.
Yeah, Adele Dazeem.
Dazeem.
The Adele.
I will say this about that movie, about Wicked Part 2, because I got to see it.
No spoilers.
It's still Act 2.
It's kind of what I
Act
was
2
expecting.
Act 2 has moments that have really great songs, and they kind of, because it's Act 2, they kind of yada yada a couple things, and they do think they make some expansions. I don't think this is a spoiler in saying this. They did add 2 songs. They were there for Oscar.
Oscar.
They
Which
do
is
not
weird
really add
because-
anything.
For Good is
sure.
100% Oscar bait.
It has to be
It
an
can't.
original song.
The Oscar.
It can't.
Oh,
That's
that
why
makes
if you
sense.
see movie musicals and there's a new song that wasn't present in the original
is
musical and you're
100% why.
confused, yeah,
Because-
it's because it
because
has
the-
to be an original song.
And while it's been around for 20 years, so it does not count. Yeah, the songs that they added, they don't need to be there. I won't say more.
Well, they do
but
because they need to get that Oscar.
Was it-
aside from that, I know
was-
why they're there. They do not need to be there.
Story-wise, if we take a narrative focus on our criticism and critique of movies, then what Lex is saying is they add nothing to the actual story.
That being said, it is one of the like better theater adaptations as a whole
Imp,
in the last couple years.
It
So
is-
we're
you
gonna
are
take
lying.
it.
You have made up those words.
Imp did not make
I
up
doubt
those
it.
words. That is her full
That
name.
is
That
not
is
a real
Cynthia's full
name.
name. I have.
Yeah.
There's actual receipts for this.
Yeah.
All right, I'm really confused. Is that all? Like, what language is that? Like, is that
Um,
what nationality is those names? Are those all African in the names, or do they have Asian in there? Or like that is a fascinating from a purely
So
linguistic
It's
standpoint.
it's a Texan name.
Fascinating.
so she is descended from the Igbo tribe of Nigeria. So
Ah,
it is,
Nigerian.
yeah.
yes.
I can't remember the language they speak in Nigeria. It's not Swahili, is it? No.
I have dropped that clip, in chat, but it is.
It is
We
incredible.
have documentation.
That is
And
nonsense levels.
and
I
let me
thought
be clear,
Spanish
Cynthia
names got
Erivo
crazy.
is incredible in this movie, and No Good Deed is as good as you'd hope. Um,
Jody, compared
Jody,
to
for
other
fun,
languages, Spanish is easy mode.
the official language of Nigeria, by the way, is English.
Is it English?
It
Interesting.
is, however, because these countries in Africa have their borders because of imperialism. So they don't consider like tribal movements and those different groups that were actually operating within the land. And that's why, mm, like the vast majority of African countries, you're going to get a whole bunch of languages spoken because you still have multiple tribes located within those countries. So English is the official language of Nigeria, and I'm looking at this for sure. But there's a ton of others. So Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Nigerian Pidgin. There's a ton of different languages spoken.
By the
Learning
way,
with Ilea.
if you want to have a fun linguistical journey, a lot of the different African languages are absolutely fascinating to study. I did a music of the world independent study when I was in high school, and I can't remember what country in Africa it was. I got to study. It might have been Nigeria, but the music there was kind of so ingrained in their culture that the example song that they had was just somebody went into a post office and started recording. And in time with like stamping different things, they had this really incredible song that just kind of improvisationally appeared. And it was incredibly indicative of kind of musical culture of the entire country. It was very improvisational and I can't think of the other word. Yeah, brain's not working right now, but very, very fascinating. And then there's always fun things like the Xhosa language that I can't click right now, but the clicking language, that's absolutely fascinating. If you ever listen to songs sung in Xhosa, I don't know why I can't say that. I sang in it in college, but it's really, really cool. Anyway, we have talked enough about the
Everything.
world. Do you guys want to?
Everything. There's more we could talk about.
I mean, we're already an
lots
hour
more.
into this. We could just make this a podcast episode, just a talk
Lex,
show.
it's literally an hour every single time.
Yeah, like I keep a close eye on where we are, and we generally, on a good day, we'll start at about 45 minutes in, and then on a day like this, about an hour in is about what we did. I just to brag to myself, I did interview Homie and the Dude.
You just say just to brag to myself.
Yeah.
Guys,
Who
the
is
brain
that?
stopped working like two
I
and a half
know.
days ago.
But that is actually a really good technique to improve self-esteem, so I appreciate it. Brag
So
to yourself.
anyway,
Hype
just to
yourself up to
brag,
yourself.
I did interview Homie and the Dude back when they were doing their Kickstarter for the Scorched Basin, which is their system agnostic campaign setting they made. They're super cool dudes. Right now, for Roll20, if you're the like master tier subscriber, whatever it is, the free thing that you get this month is actually an adventure written by Homie and the Dude, which is super cool. But anyway, when I interviewed them, they had only an hour, and they had a really, really hard out at the hour mark. And so they told me, yeah, we'd love to give you more time, but we have another interview, so you have to stop at the hour mark. And so as we're doing everything, and I'm doing the interview, I'm keeping an eye on the clock, and I ended the interview literally on the hour, and the dad of that group, that I can't remember his name off the top of my head because my brain doesn't remember proper nouns, goes, dude. I'm like, what? He's like, you landed that plane. I'm like, huh? He's like, right on time. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's from doing convention games where if you went over, you got a lot of people very mad at you. So yes, I'm relatively good at keeping to a schedule when I need to. All right. That being said, I think it is time for us to return to Tears of the Realms. The party is in trouble. After going to the Gerudo Desert to find some missing members of the Tears Corps, they discovered the Gerudo had been taken over by someone calling himself Aganeru. After discovering that he was using a secret stone to amplify his powers, specifically so he could mind control various high-ranking members of the Gerudo, players were able to stop him and gain access to his secret stone. After returning, however, they found that things at the Tears Corps were not going well. The Tears Corps had been approached by representatives of the various tribes of Hyrule, or various kingdoms of Hyrule, that were very much upset that the Tears Corps had gone and effectively performed a regime change in a sovereign kingdom without any authority. Now, the Tears Corps has been told that there will be a meeting of every kingdom to discuss whether the Tears Corps can continue operating independently, or if it must now be under the purview of the Alliance of Kingdoms of Hyrule, or if it should disband entirely. And that is where we return. So, it's been a little while since we've had the chance to play. So, sorry, I have like 7 different things going on right now. All right. So, the last time we played, if I remember correctly, you guys went to Gerudo town. After dealing with all that stuff, Adesh was attacked. And you guys went to chase the Yiga clan members who also seemed to have access to Korimala tech. They disappeared, and you guys were able to discover that they had shifted into the Shadow Realm. When you guys went there, you found that they had somehow figured out how to effectively build with shadow materials that were nearly indestructible, and you found them and promptly incinerated them.
No, they incinerated themselves.
We did go, here's a bomb, closed door.
Okay.
Yeah, but they finished the job. We were going to capture one, and they did not want that.
So, after that happened, you guys returned to the Tears Court to find out that the rulers of the various kingdoms seemed to be very, very worried about the fact that you guys had deposed technically the rightful ruler of the Gerudo. And so a delegation from every kingdom in Hyrule is going to be meeting at the Tears Court to discuss what needs to happen going forward. Because with how powerful you guys have become and how many resources the Tears Court has, the kingdoms are not 100% okay with the Tears Court operating completely independently anymore. So yeah, did I miss anything else from the last time we played?
I sent you a message on Discord.
Gotcha.
Zarya once again tried to backtalk the military guy when
Yeah.
he already had a short fuse. Classic.
Oh, and Dilly,
Dilly's going to the kitchen and asking for some raw meat.
Raw meat.
Yep.
and Lottie, having known Dilly long enough now, doesn't bat an eye. You get some uncooked kaku.
Awesome. I would like to pull little strips of it and give them to my pocket.
Give them to your pocket.
What a phrase. I don't
The
even know.
pocket
That.
seems relatively pleased.
So I'm doing like one little bit of it at a time.
I would be concerned if I didn't already know exactly what Ilea is doing here.
What am I doing, Elias?
I'm sure we'll find out in game.
So,
You're hungry. Yes. Squeal, baby.
so you guys know you have a couple days before everything is set to kind of go off in the tier score. So in those few days, what do you all want to do?
I think Motto is just gonna go back to the workshop and like just kind of work on some stuff. I think I had more of that propulsion shield that I was working on.
Why don't you make me a power check? This won't have a difficulty. It'll be the higher you roll, the more progress you make on your shield.
Okay. Do I get any sort of advantages from the my tinkering with devices skill?
Yeah, if you've got a skill that applies, just add 3 if you're trained, or 6 if you're specialized to your roll.
Okay, this is gonna be a +6 at the very least.
And if you want to
Dirty
apply
20.
levels of effort, that would also be 3s.
Dirty 20.
Cool. So, and remind me again, how long have you been working on this shield thus far?
A while.
Okay. So, over the next roughly about a day and a half, you, along with your assistant in the shop, are kind of working on this. And which shield is it again?
This was the like propulsion one where it's like it will it's kind of like a glide shield, but one that like you can get propulsion up as you're starting for all that stuff, and it can retract and do all the things.
Okay. So, as you're kind of working on this, you kind of just hit this point where you're kind of working on things, and then it just kind of clicks in your brain. You go, wait a minute, I know how this is going to work. And over testing and things like that over again, the last day and a half roughly, you were able to complete uh, the uh, the shield in and of itself, and you send the schematics and everything back to your hometown, because that's kind of what you do whenever you create a new shield. It's now more force of habit than anything else.
Yep.
You would send it to Shields Up, despite the fact that Shields Up still being repaired. You send that off, and now you have access to a fully working version of this propulsion shield.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice. I will do the thing, and it'll still do the thing in my mind where it can become portable, and then until I need it, then it becomes the full size.
Yep.
So I put it somewhere.
That's
and
your
I'm like,
kind of special ability
yeah.
for being a tier walker.
hell yeah.
So you store all of your shields as like little Pokeballs.
Yep. I think that's mostly what Mato does. If anything, he will go out and like test that shield.
Yeah, that would be like the day and a half that you're doing that. That is all you were doing. You are completely engrossed.
Yeah.
In this, but it does mean that it's fully complete, and as soon as Shields Up is back in working order, it will be available for purchase at Shields Up.
Yeah.
Dilly and Adesh, do you guys have anything you want to do over the next day and a half?
I'm going to ask Ino for information about creatures of the Shadow Realm.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a wisdom check.
God.
And again, this will be the higher you roll, the more information you get. Or rather, you'll get tons of information. This is really the higher you roll, the more information you retain.
Oh no.
What did you roll?
I don't have my physical dice with me. I'm gonna probably burn a reroll token because that was a 1 in
Oh
roll 20.
no.
I think it would have been really hilarious if we keep that, and it's just like, hey, I know. Can you tell me about Shadow Realm creatures? And I know just goes full on like
Fire hose.
info. She's like, oh well, there's actually all of these things, and you just get so overwhelmed with the amount that you retain nothing.
That's likely. Do I burn a reroll token or do I let Dilly get just overwhelmed? All right, Dilly's gonna get overwhelmed from talking to Ino and spend the rest of the time trying to find out the information themselves.
Sitting
I've
there
now
trying to
pulled up-
remember.
I've now pulled up an RNG on my phone, so because Roll20 clearly does not like me today.
Yeah, I know. Even gave you a bunch of books. You don't know where these books came from. Some of them are in her handwriting. But it's one of those
And
things that it's just
the
so
most
overwhelming.
jargony, like
Yeah.
lots of jargon, like physics. There's a math equations for some reason. Tilly's
There's
going,
an
no.
entire there's an entire section on droppings. It gets into like color, consistency, and scent.
We should have asked Soraya.
So you have lots of information. Very little of it is actually useful, or in quite a few of it, quite a bit of it might someday be useful to you, but none of it is in a situation or a format that is useful to you right now.
Imp is correct. I would try to research the Shadow Realm and end up opening a portal to Cthulhu.
Portal to an entirely
So-
different universe.
Yeah. We can go to Relay. That's fine.
You guys going to Shadow Realm ends up in Animal Crossing. What the hell? And suddenly, just by appearing there, she is already in debt.
So what happens when you get into the Animal Crossing world.
It's a damn Tom Nook. Adesh, what would you like to do?
What was the name of this attaché ambassador again?
It's a fantastic question. Can you remind me when you met them? Because my brain is not remembering an attaché
we were sent
ambassador.
them when we came back from the Gerudo Valley. She was sent with us.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, I know her name.
Well,
But
that ambassador that we all remember the name of, but
Yeah.
are keeping it mysterious for plot reasons.
Yeah, I'm doing it because I want you guys to take better notes. Obviously,
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with my brain not remembering proper nouns,
Did I take notes?
even
on
when I make them up.
that? Anyway,
I guarantee Chex has it written down.
my last note was Agamemnon. I'm gonna.
You mean Agamemnon?
I'm going to just sit and sync with her. Like, I'm sure she knows about the meeting that is happening. And if not, I am going to brief her on everything that we know. Make sure we're on the same page. And then just like try to get her thoughts of just like, you were there, you were affected. What do you think should happen? How do you think we should try and convince the other kingdoms? Like, just make sure we're on the same page so we can go in a united front, you know?
Choose even or odd.
Even.
Or actually, no, I think this is a little bit more important. Make me a power check, difficulty 5.
I am trained in Gerudo lore.
This is going to be more persuasive. So if you have any skills that make you more persuasive or endearing to people, which I think you do. I seem to remember you being a very kind of persuasive character.
I mean, in general, yeah, but stat-wise, I just have skills in magic and Gerudo lore.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, this would not be Gerudo lore.
Without, using my magic thing. Which I don't really want to do here, so...
I will say, as you're talking to her,
Oh.
you can tell that she's going. Go ahead.
No, keep going out. There's after.
You can tell that she seems to be holding something back,
Okay.
and so this roll is to see if you can kind of break through that barrier.
Okay. I'm going to use throughout, the day and a half. This is technically for 24 hours, so whenever I think the best strategic 24 hours is, use my teardrop for Great Hair Day. When activated, the cipher makes the user's hair look like it did on their best hair day ever. They have an asset in all confidence-based actions, social and otherwise.
All right. So we'll
Okay.
treat that as an asset. Brings it down to difficulty 4.
Excellent. We found a use
That
for
is
it.
the most Adesh teardrop.
That's why you guys gave it to me. I was just like, we'll find a use
No.
for it.
And you finally
And
have.
it's for a useful thing instead of just, yeah.
But you find for the day that you're trying to get this information out of her, everyone else seems very agreeable to you. You start after you're getting through like the night of having this on for 12 hours at this point. You're starting to get somewhat impressed that she seems to be the only person that is not affected
Yeah.
by this thus
This is
far.
Gerudo. They're tough nuts to crack, All right, and then so that brings it to a 4. Remind me, just like I said, it's been a while. I can lower it myself with edge and effort, or no?
So edge just reduces the amount of points you pay on a roll. Effort allows you to reduce the difficulty of the task
Okay.
by 1 level per level of effort. Your first effort costs you 3. Every additional effort after that costs you 2 points
Yeah.
from the pool.
So if I have 3 effort and 3 edge, it'll cost me 4 points. No, it'll cost me 5 points total to take down to a. No, because I can only use a total of 2 effort to reduce.
On your character sheet, there should be a space that says your maximum amount of effort that you can use.
Yeah, next to the
It's
tier,
going to be
right?
either 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's 3. So
So you can use 3 levels of effort. If you're using effort, normally it would be
3, 2,
7 effort or 7 points to do 3 levels of effort. Since you have an edge of 3, you would subtract 3 off of that.
So 4.
So if you wanted 3 levels of effort, it would be 4 points.
2. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, we're sleeping in between days here anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much unless she decides to punch me. So yeah, I'll do all that, and I think that takes it down to like a 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need a 3 or higher, which for an Elias
It's a
roll is
task.
still like a
It's
60%
a
miss.
Already rolled the 1.
All right, let's see here. 18.
Not bad.
It's just high or low. There's no. I never
So-
roll 10s.
As you're talking with her and you're getting to know her a little bit better, and you're trying to kind of bring her up to speed because you know she is going to be the official representative of the Gerudo.
Yeah.
Seen as the chieftain right now is busy rebuilding Gerudo Town.
Yeah.
And that's kind of her entire purpose being here. And so as you're kind of getting her idea and everything that's going on, you're one of the things that you realize very quickly is she is not just someone that is well suited to this role. She is an absolute expert in the kind of political machinations of the various kingdoms as they are right now. Like you start finding out things that you had no idea about. Things like the Rito right now are trying to bring back their flying cities, which is upsetting the Zora, who are considering the ideas of flooding more areas of Zora's domain to expand their domain. And the Hylians are trying to kind of keep everyone happy, and no one is currently 100% happy, and that's frustrating them. And the Gorons are just real chill right now.
So they're happy.
So the more you talk with her, the more you're kind of impressed at just her absolute breadth and depth of knowledge of this. But the more you talk to her, the more you realize she's not telling you something. And so eventually, after you guys have kind of like a work dinner kind of thing where you're talking and you're going over more things to try and kind of prep the tier walkers as much as you can, so you guys aren't walking in completely blind. You're finally able to kind of convince her to tell you what it is that she really thinks. And so she turns to you and goes, well, I don't think this has anything to do with what happened in Gerudo Town.
It's an excuse.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot of this through double talk and implications and things like that, but someone has decided that they want control over the Tears Core, and they found the perfect way to do it. Unfortunately, I don't know who that is, and that's more worrying than the fact that this is being used as a way to usurp control. I mean, I can tell you what the King of the Zora had for lunch with his mistress. The fact that the person that's really pulling the strings behind this doesn't exist, as far as I can tell, is exceptionally worrying.
Well, they may not exist in this reality. Is the thing. Like, we know that Sukormala has influence here, despite their remote control. They had the Yiga had tech. Your Aganebru guy had apparently talked to him. I think he was working somewhat independently, but the alliance was there. Who's to say this guy doesn't have strings to pull in every single kingdom while we've been gallivanting doing our research?
Yeah, but if it was Etsu Korimala, everything they've done thus far hasn't been so much about control as it has been about conquering. Which I get sounds similar, but it's not. He doesn't want to rule over us. He wants to conquer us.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So this just doesn't feel like his style.
The other
That
big
makes
suspect
sense.
is that shadow guy creature thing, pulling the strings with the Yiga recently. He very much characteristically sticks to the shadows. So we have not seen much of him, but we know he definitely has influence. And I don't know,
It
the
would
Yiga
be-
having Etsukoromon tech is the puzzle I can't figure out.
Yeah. Well, as far as I've been able to tell, nobody knows why. This is the weird the thing. As far as I'm aware of, the different liaisons I've talked to, no one has any intelligence that suggests the Yiga clan have even been anywhere near an Etsukurimalan attack, abduction, anything. Like, they've never been seen anywhere near each other, which is also worrying. I mean, it suggests that there's a third party here that nobody knows about.
Yeah, that is concerning. Do you know of, like, and maybe Gerudo have spies, I'm sure you're aware of some other intelligence in other kingdoms. Has anyone sent spies or scouts or anyone to this offshore base that the Etsukoromons have to just learn anything else other than they exist?
If they have, it hasn't been leaked. I mean, I know an impressive amount, but even I'm not privy to military actions
Yeah.
and other clandestine operations. At least not yet.
Would your Gerudo captain know anything more, perhaps?
We're so far away, we're so far removed from that even when Aganeru was in power,
Yeah.
we had no
It's
wish.
on the opposite side of the country.
I mean, technically, the group that would have the most incentive to investigate is the Zora. I mean,
But they're one of the ones vying
it's
for
technically
power.
outside their territory, but
But
their territory is the closest.
They can get the closest individually. Like they're. Yeah.
Theoretically, the Rito, if it wasn't for the fact, again, they're on the opposite side of the continent. If the Rito wanted to, like, their ability, I mean, their intelligence gathering is incredibly vast, just due to the fact that they can fly and cover a lot of ground faster than most of the other races. I mean, the Gorons are very fast, but they're still limited by.
Ground, water,
Roads.
air. Yeah.
And the Zora, while they can do a lot of things as long as there's rivers, once they get out of the water, they lose the vast majority of their advantage in intelligence gathering.
Yeah. And stalkers fly better than they swim. Anyway. As far as we know. Have I? Maybe I'll do some experiments underwater with my
Yeah.
software. armor.
Let's say, if you want to go full on Iron Man and go, I'm going to make an underwater suit next.
How'd you solve the defrosting problem? What defrosting problem? Well, the thought
As
of
far
a
as you're
third-
aware, because there was kind of limited water in Etsukorimala, they have never experimented with
Yeah.
underwater operation for stalkers.
I mean, depending on how the propulsion works in air, it could maybe be used, but seems like an airtight suit. Yeah, I mean, the thought of a third party, a third, yeah, literal third party here, pulling strings is concerning because at that point, what are we dealing with? Like another tier thing, but typically I'm gonna have to deal with tiers we've actually gone to. There's the whole like, geez, I don't know, Ganon malice angle, but that's kind of horrifying to think about. And there's really not been any evidence since Calamity. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I got a friend who knows a lot of history. Maybe I can see if there's historically been any operator that has operated like this that either is back or they are using as inspiration.
I mean, with how difficult it's been able to find, there have been some whispers that perhaps the Sheikah have had something to do with this, but I mean, the Sheikah are so fiercely loyal to the Hyrulean royal family. It just
Yeah, I mean, what
it
we've
would be
seen,
so.
Etsukorimala are a form of Sheikah after they gone off the rails, you know, so we've seen capabilities.
Perhaps. I don't know. Well, we will have a representative of the Sheikah here. So.
Yeah. Hopefully it's the old lady.
We'll find out soon. Anyway, I have a little bit more study I need to do for
Yeah.
tomorrow. So
No, let me
I
know
will
if
bid
if,
you.
if you if you have a breakthrough. I'll let you know about the same.
All right. And as she gets up, she kind of turns to you and goes, "Did you do something different with your hair?"
I didn't think you would notice, but yeah, no, I've just been having a real good hair day lately.
Well, good. She says it so kind of matter of factly, and then just walks away.
That's the closest I'm ever gonna get from a compliment from her. I say this out loud under my breath to myself.
So, so yeah, you get a pretty decent amount of information.
Turns
one of
out
the
the
things that
Zora King has a mistress.
one of the things that she did try to kind of emphasize over and over and over again is you guys are not only going to be blamed for what happened in Gerudo Town, but they're going to do everything they can to paint you guys in the worst light possible.
Our group in particular, or the whole corps?
You guys specifically, the tier walkers specifically, they're going to try and say that you guys are you guys are so powerful and so uncontrolled right now that your mere existence as a unit is a danger.
Powerful. Plenty of other powerful people. The actors, the most prosecutorial parties involved, is that the Rito and the Zora or anyone else?
The Zora seem to be, I guess both the Rito and the Zora seem to be stacked pretty heavily against you.
They've got
The
their
Goran, as far
undertones.
as the Goran, as far as you can tell, seem to be neutral, and the Hylians are leaning a little bit more towards Rito and
Yeah.
Zora.
They also-
The Sheikah, nobody knows.
yeah. Okay.
Seems even after, due to Tess's wish, them becoming basically kind of coming out of the shadows and being thought of very, very well, they still tend to be very, very secretive and hidden.
That I know.
So, go ahead.
I did want to sync with I know before the meeting / trial on if she has any ideas based on history of what this third party either might be or might be taking inspiration from.
Well, actually, the thing that is the most interesting about this is this particular form of cooperation is actually unique in history, as far as we can tell. The various kingdoms, when they have been aligned, have always been ruled over by a singular entity. Like the founding of Hyrule, there was the King Rauru, and he ruled over all of Hyrule, and all of the various other kingdoms swore fealty to him. And so he was the kind of head person, and then all of them were underneath him. The idea that all of the kingdoms are somewhat equal is a new development. It has never happened as far as our history has ever seen. And so because of that, I really don't know.
Okay. Well, if you think of anything, tomorrow would be a good time to remember it.
Of course, I am looking through more of my books.
Yeah. Dilly looked a little overwhelmed earlier. What all did you tell them?
Oh, Dilly wanted to know about the various shadow creatures and the various things that they do. And I know, surprisingly enough, a lot of our information actually came from various animals following around Arel, because she was constantly playing with like different shadow creatures. And then every so often, Zulta would actually come in, and she had this weird like shadow creature like lizard thing, and then it had 3 heads. And it was zero. So most of the information that we have comes entirely from those 2 people, which is really unique. And then there was lots of stuff that we were able to learn from that.
Why was Dilly asking about shadow creatures? Did the things that started to come after us like scare them off, or?
I didn't ask.
I see that. Yeah. Okay. I'll ask him. But thank you.
Okay. She kind of goes back to reading and scritching a key.
Hey guys. Matto, you look exhausted.
Yeah, I've been up for a couple days. Hey, so fun thing, that propulsion glide shield,
The one that was
Finished it.
theoretical. Oh, it's real now.
yeah, it's real. That's why I'm so tired looking. I've been kind of doing this for the last. What day is it?
Insert day before meeting day here.
Ah, okay. Huh. Yeah, I should probably get some sleep.
You should absolutely
But-
get some sleep.
but yeah,
I understand we're going to
I
be hit
fixed
pretty
it.
hard tomorrow.
Yeah, but I finished it, which is great. So, can.
Is this a thing where you can just like glide away, get any velocity or angle randomly, or is
So I think yes, from how I've been testing. So the little propulsion things that allow you to get height work really well now, and I can easily retract them, and it's all in and of itself. In terms of how like quick velocity, I'm still kind of figuring. I think it's pretty good. You know, we'll be still. We have a really good schematic, and I can always add and adjust things that I feel like if we need it. But so far, I mean, like, I'm pretty happy with what I got.
Well, hey, you know, if we have to make a quick escape tomorrow because people start attacking us, we have to go into hiding. Maybe that'll come in handy.
Maybe we'll see.
You think
But,
we're gonna have to go into hiding?
I don't. I
All
doubt
I
it.
know is that multiple kingdoms, the Zora, the Rito mostly, maybe the Hylians, are looking for a scapegoat, that they're really just using the events of Gerudo Valley as an excuse because they think the tier core needs some sort of supervision, and they think us, our crew here in particular, is too uncontrollable for some reason. The attaché seems to think there's someone pulling the strings behind all this, and does not seem to think it's the potentate or our shadow fiend. She's very politically smart to a very scary level. So I don't have a reason
So
to.
do I need to talk to Lottie about rations?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go make sure we have enough raw meat.
Wait, why do you ask about? Never mind. Okay.
Billy's gone.
Wait, why do you?
Yeah.
So, anything else? Go ahead.
Packing up some essential valuables just in case.
Dilly is also going to ask about other food things that can be preserved over time. Dry meat might be part of that.
Lottie gives you a bag of fish jerky. It's a real thing.
Fish jerky.
Thank you.
Personally, I'm not as big a fan of fish jerky. I think beef, and especially if you've never had venison jerky, oh, so good. But fish jerky is 100% a real thing.
I mean, I think if it's a meat, you can jerky it
Thank you for saying jerky.
instead of jerk it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
Jerking is a different process, and it's done in Jamaica. You can have jerk chicken.
And that tends to be spicy.
I have to remove my great hair day.
Imp says I need pocket soup.
Oh,
I have no idea what in the hell pocket soup is.
is it like that Campbell's, like
Imp says it's a thing.
the little cups they have?
I don't know. But yeah, Lottie, getting what you're saying again, she gives you some fish jerky, and then she says, "Don't worry, I'll take care of you guys."
Pocket soup, also known as portable soup or veal glue.
Veal glue?
Yep, that's what I said.
What a phrase.
Okay, I'm just gonna make plans to not eat veal glue.
I was always told that eating paste was the wrong decision. Anyway, so yeah, is there anything else the night before the meeting? Is there any other things that you guys want to do for prep work?
Nope.
All right. Then, the day of the meeting arrives. Unfortunately, that is where we're going to end it for today. As always, if you missed any of this, we do upload all of this to the YouTube channel. It's
Tell me it's gonna take
youtube.com/Zelda
a
Universe
long
TV.
time without telling us it's going to take a long time.
Just go to the videos, the playlist page. You can find the Tears of the Realms playlist and see the entire thing there. Sorry, it's a little bit short today, but this is going to be a bit of an ordeal, and chopping it up into two different pieces. I just don't see that working
When-
particularly well.
When Jody's
What I'm
willing
hearing
to
is
chop a
we
boss
want I
battle
know.
into 2 or 3 sessions, but says no, this meeting should be 1. That's cause for concern.
Just a
So
little bit.
what? So we need to make sure we know when Kiri's back because I feel like diplomatic meeting is something that I know should be a part of.
Look,
Just
knowing
a
we might have
little
jumped
bit.
into this meeting without someone like Kira here, that's why I was getting on the same page with all the NPCs we could.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, do you guys really want to go into negotiations without God, brain just left me. Jax's character. Zariah.
Well, Zoraya has a habit of instigating violence in
it-
certain people.
It's like hot and cold. Like
So yeah,
she's an asset and sometimes a detriment.
yeah.
Anyway, again, this is going to be all for us today, and we will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.